Hey there, welcome to our tutorial on using Adobe Acrobat Pro to turn a PDF into a form. So to get started, I have a PDF that I created in Canva open here in Adobe Acrobat Pro. If you do not have Adobe Acrobat Pro, you can actually download a free trial version from their website. What I'm going to do first is just scroll through and make sure all of my graphics are here. Make sure no layers got rearranged when it was converted into a PDF, and everything is here. This is a very minimal design PDF, so we shouldn't have any issues like that here, but it does happen, especially if you have something that has a lot of different graphics and layers. So since everything looks good, I'm just going to come down here to my tools and click on Prepare a Form. Whenever you click Prepare a Form, it's going to bring you to this screen first. I just want you to notice that I have this option turned off, and it's to auto detect form fields. You can click on that and change it however you like. There's tons of preferences how you can customize this. I personally, with my designs, think that it's easier to just start from scratch to avoid those form fields popping up in weird places. I tend to see that Acrobat isn't always the best at picking what needs to be where, so it's easier for me to just start with a clean slate, but that is an option for you to turn on or off. So mine is off, and I'm going to get started by just clicking Create Form. The first thing that I'm going to add to this PDF is radio buttons. These are going to go over here by the Likert Scale survey where they can select their response. So I'm going to start, I just click radio button and click and drag and place it where I'd like for it to be. This one is way bigger than the small circles that I had placed in my design. So I'm just going to zoom in, and I find it easier, the bigger you zoom in, the easier these can be to work with. And I'm just going to make them a little bit smaller. And once you have your buttons, your first button placed where you'd like for it to go, I like to go to Properties, and I like to check all of my preferences, because what I'm going to do is copy and paste this first button. That way it saves all of my preferences, and all I need to go in and do is rename it. So now I can take this, and I'm going to use my keyboard shortcuts to copy and paste, and I'm going to place them all over the markers. And I am going to highlight them all and align them down this vertical center. That way they look nice. And now I can go in and just change the names. Properties. And this would be 2, 3. I just want to point out that you'll see under my form field I have visible but doesn't print. That is something I select whenever a PDF that I've created may be printed or may be used digitally. What that does is it makes sure that these are not going to show up when they're printed, so it's a good pencil and paper option. And I think it just makes them look nicer. So I have those. Those are my radio buttons. And I will scroll out so you can see. Now my next step is to add checkboxes. Adding checkboxes is pretty much the same process, except for it's a checkbox instead of a button. So let's just do that really quickly. Under Prepare a Form, I'm going to go to Checkbox, and same thing. I'm going to click and drag it right where I want it, and it's going to be a little bit too big. So I'm going to pull out my cursor, and again, I just like to zoom in so that way I have better control of where it goes. And I'm going to change my properties. Align vertical center. And now I'm just going to go back in and make sure they all have different names. Okay, and now we're going to add our text fields. So I'll zoom out here a little more so you can see. So now we're going to go to text field, and same process. We're going to click and drag and use the cursor to resize, and then I'm going to go in and change my properties. Now there are two things that I like to do here for text boxes that I don't have to do for other fields. The first one is I go to Appearance and I make sure that the text font size is something very basic. Depending on the user's computer or whatever they are opening their PDF in to type into it, this could vary. I've seen it most often be really large font that is not easy to read. So I like to just go with something safe, like a size 12 here and a basic font. The next thing I do is go to the Options tag and make sure that check spelling, multi-line, scroll long text, and allow rich text formatting are all selected. Unless you have a reason that you don't want one or all of these, I think it's great to have these as like a default setting. So I'm going to click close here. And just a little tip, if you plan on having the same types of settings in all of your forms, you can right click and select use current properties as new defaults. And it's always good to double check them, but this will save you some time in the long run. So now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to use my keyboard to copy and paste these. Okay, so now we have all of our radio buttons, our check boxes, and our text boxes. You'll see over here that you also have options for OK buttons, drop down lists, e-signatures, barcodes. There's all kinds of things that you can do. These are my top 3 most used form components, so I thought that these would be the best basic things to get started. And really, you can see that everything has kind of the same process. You want to give them different names, tooltips, check their appearance settings, and it is pretty simple once you get the hang of it. If I were going to send this off to accessibility remediation, I would have a few extra steps, but you can learn more about that in the video linked above. And thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video or it was helpful for you, please hit the like and subscribe button, and you can visit us on our website at tpotterdesign.com for more. Thanks!